tariff turmoil. President Trump set to sign his controversial tariff plan this week, but the administration is considering exemptions for allies, including Canada and Mexico. Now, despite the pushback, the administration says it's standing firm on the proposals. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin yesterday did not mince words when I spoke with him about these tariffs and whether or not this is a game of poker. Also, Peter Navarro explained why these tariffs are being implemented. Watch this.
It is national security, but Canada is a very important national security partner with us. We have good two-way trade on steel with them. The President has spoken to Trudeau. I spoke to Bill Morneau yesterday, the finance minister, and we're cautiously optimistic on NAFTA. This is part of those discussions, but assuming we get the new NAFTA deal done, they will be exempted.
Donald Trump stood up courageously for the American worker, and it's about time. We've had 17 years where we've lost millions of jobs due to bad trade deals and high tariffs. We're losing our aluminum and steel industries. We need to get them back. We need to hold on to them. That's what yesterday was about.
Joining me this morning with the other side, Siemens CEO Joe Kaeser. Joe, good to see you. Thanks very much for joining us this morning. You just heard what the administration is saying about these tariffs. How do you see it?
Well, first of all, good morning. So I get to see you again. I'm here out in Houston. There's always the big debate about tariffs and free trade. Look, the way I look at it is that the United States of America are actually being the founder of free trade and globalization. So I believe that sends a sort of a disturbing signal if that country, which stands for freedom and global trade, says, well, we want to protect our industry and maybe concern our customers. So I believe the jury is still out. But our customers are concerned, and if our customers are concerned, of course we are concerned. So that's how we see it. We need to sort it out, what it means for our customers, what we can do for them to help them get their costs down, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, it's an important debate because we are just coming off of a tax cut plan and a rollback in regulation from this administration, which seems to have spiked growth. You know, now we're talking about the possibility of 4% growth in the U.S., certainly 3%, 3.5%. And does this tariff plan take away from that? What do you think the impact on your business would be? In other words, will your costs go up in terms of producing your products and sending them into the U.S., and will you ultimately raise prices as a result?
Well, the good news on Siemens is that we are very well localized. We have more than 50,000 people working for Siemens in the United States in more than 40 factories. We are active in all 50 states of the country. So we have invested like $35 billion in the last 15 years. So we are good to go here in the country. We feel well, we are good. All I'm saying is, I think that we need to go see how this move on tariffs is going to impact free trade in the world, what it does do to other countries which may react on this one. And of course, the last thing you want to have for growth, for economic growth, is uncertainty. So if people are uncertain, they don't invest, and no investing is no good for jobs. Yeah. I, by the way, has been among the first ones to congratulate the President of the United States for a tax reform, because I believe if that is well done, this could create a lot of jobs and a lot of growth in the country, and I believe that's a preferable way to foster innovation, to foster growth and prosperity for the people and the workers in the United States.
So there was a report yesterday that the European Union is considering a 25% retaliatory tariff on U.S. products. Now, when I spoke with Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin yesterday, he said he had not spoken with his European Union counterparts. He did not know if that was actually solid and that this is what the EU was doing. But what kind of an impact would that have if you see the U.S. having tariffs on aluminum and steel and then the EU fighting back with its own tariff of 25%?
Yeah, well, see, Maria, that's exactly the point I was trying to make earlier. If someone starts something, someone else reacts, then the other one reacts, and then another one reacts, and then we have uncertainty all over the place. I do believe it's much better to talk to each other now and not about each other, and then we'll sure we can sort this out. I mean, after all, Europe and the United States are allies in so many ways, and especially me as a German, I'm very grateful about what America did for Germany after World War II, especially with the Marshall Plan. So I think we have a long history of working together. We are in for this together in the global world, and that's exactly how I see it. So I would really, really encourage the political world, the governments, talk to each other, sort it out, find a solution, and this is good for customers, consumer, and for the whole world.
Joe, I want to ask you about business. We know that General Electric is unveiling this battery platform in an effort to grow its large-scale electricity storage business through wind turbines and solar panels. Siemens and Tesla are the reigning leaders in this niche market. What's your take on the GE story entering the scene there, and how do you make sure to hold on to the market share that's so strong at Siemens?
Well, first of all, it's good to have now someone who follows us, because that just confirms our strategy. Just about a year ago, we went together with AES and formed a joint venture on battery storage. It's a full-fledged battery storage concept, from utility-based capacities all the way down to microgrids for companies, all the way down to rooftop solutions for consumers. So it's good to have another party join us, because at the end of the day, I do believe the future of energy and the future of electrification is about renewable energy combined with gas-fired power plants, and that's exactly what we are targeting at. So we feel good that this is going that way, that another prominent player has been joining the party, and we move on as we speak.
How would you characterize business right now, Joe? A lot of people are talking about, for the first time in a long time, we've got synchronized growth across the world. You're looking at 2.5% growth in Europe, 3% in the United States, or 3.5%. How would you characterize business right now?
Well, obviously we like what we see. There are a few challenges which are structural in nature, but growth is very robust in all areas. And coming back to our earlier topic, the last thing you want now, to cut that growth by some discussions about what should be tariffed and what shouldn't be. So I think we are all really well advised to be mindful about having that growth continue. On the other hand side, you know how that is. People say the night is darkest before dawn, and the reverse matter also fits. So we better be mindful about, because everyone is optimistic, and if all people are optimistic, it's just a stone, a stone away from maybe some disappointment. So we are very humble. We talk to our customers. We do what we have been initiating, foster on innovation, listen to our customers, and hopefully, the governments of this world help us to develop, the next generation of industrial growth.
It sounds like you're not buying it, this optimism about the growth.
Look, it's better to be mindful about what can happen on the downside.
Right.
So it doesn't catch us flat-footed. We are very enthusiastic about it. We like what we see, be it the healthcare sector, be it industrial automation, where Siemens has a massive lead for the Internet of Things and the fourth industrial revolution. But still, there's always something out there which sometimes cannot be foreseen. And so we better be mindful and humble and just take one step after the next.
All right, we will leave it there. Thanks very much for joining us, Joe Kaeser. Good to see you, sir.
Sure.
CEO
Thank you, Maria.
of Siemens there.